the woman never imagined. The ruthless, bloodthirsty, Crimson King was secretly nothing more than a sister-obsessed maniac to find his missing sister. He even lowered himself to become the woman's contract beast just to gain the identity of a low-ranking soldier in the army. Because in this apocalypse, only the military still had the freedom to move, and the source of it all was an archaeologist who accidentally broke an ancient seal, unleashing a scarlet mist that swallowed the city. Humans who inhaled it mutated, went mad, and died in agony. Other creatures twisted into terrifying crimson beasts, yet the official reports concealed the truth. Survivors could only flee in panic through the ruins. 3 days ago, the official broadcast urged everyone not to panic. Stay at home. Don't go out. Yet now, the whole family was sitting inside their car. Suddenly, pounding came at the window along with a shout, "Move the car now." Immediately, it was the military. Their father muttered in frustration, "Politicians can't be trusted at all if they've already deployed the army, and they're still calling this a natural disaster?" At that moment, his sister leaned closer whispering, "Brother, I'm scared. It's fine. We're all here." He reassured her, though his chest tightened, "But these noises are insane." "What exactly is that crimson mist?" Before he could finish, a thunderous crash split the air. An entire car was hurled skyward, and of all directions it came flying straight toward them. He slammed his hand over his sister's head instinctively. "Get down now." Boom. The impact crushed their car against the other, mashed together like a sandwich. He shouted in panic, "Dad, Mom, are you okay?" His father gritted his teeth. "My leg, it's stuck." Worse still, a terrifying roar of some beast echoed through the street. The whole family turned toward the sound. "What is that?" A monstrous creature, massive in size, bellowed furiously as the military unleashed a storm of bullets at it. Behind them, terrified crowds fled for their lives, screaming, "Run, a monster. It's a monster over there." Their father roared, "Hurry, get out of the car." With a powerful kick, he blasted the door open, pulling his daughter out with him. Then he rushed to yank open the passenger side door. Their mother screamed, "Take your sister and go. Leave us." But how could he abandon them? "No. I'll get you out of here." In her panic, his sister cried out, "Help," then instantly realized her mistake, clamping her hands over her mouth. Their mother wept, shouting again, "Go." Both parents smiled through the tears, their gaze heavy with resolve. Their eyes seemed to say, "Be a man, take responsibility to you, the older brother, protect Xiaoxue." The very next instant, something massive came crashing down, hurling him and his sister into the air. When he hit the ground, he finally saw it clearly, a black monster shaped like a twisted giant dog. Its belly grotesquely split with exposed bone. And just like that, his parents were gone forever. But the bee's gaze was now fixed squarely on him and his sister. Gritting his teeth, he dragged her and ran, but she resisted slightly, unwilling to leave their parents behind. Explosions erupted all around them. The world looking like the end of days, with flying monsters circling the skies, even military jets being swatted down. Both animals and humans alike were going insane, and he had no idea what was happening. He could only drag his sister and keep running. The streets echoed with monstrous roars as he pulled her from one hiding spot to another, terrified of being spotted. His mind raced. The supermarket, plenty of cover, plenty of supplies. If we get there, we might last until rescue arrives. Watching a nearby beast lumber off into the distance, he finally let out a long breath. It's gone. But the very next second, his sister shrieked. Crimson lines were spreading across her face. He panicked, "Xiaoxue, what's happening?" She clutched her chest, gasping, "Brother, I feel awful." Then he noticed with horror that the same crimson threads were crawling across his own skin. What's going on? Could it be we've inhaled too much of the red mist? He quickly soaked a towel with water, then pressed it over his sister's nose and mouth. But the next moment, his own mutation worsened, heat surging through him as if something inside was forcing its way out. His sister cried in fear, "Brother, what's happening to you?" He gritted his teeth. "It's fine. I'm fine." Fighting desperately to keep himself from transforming. Yet that unnatural aura drew the attention of nearby monsters. His sister trembled, whispering, "Brother, don't scare me like this." He glanced at the beasts creeping closer and cursed inwardly. "Damn it, they've spotted us." With no choice, he grabbed her hand and ran again, but soon he realized something was wrong. Another monster stood blocking the path ahead, and then from behind, a second one emerged, trapping them in a deadly pincer. His sister's voice shook. "Brother, what do we do?" Strangely, The creatures didn't attack right away, almost as if they were waiting for something. He clenched his jaw and told her, "Don't be afraid that I'm here." Just then, an even louder roar split the sky. A flying monster descended with a thunderous crash, shaking the ground and kicking up a storm of dust. From the way the others reacted, it had to be their leader. Was this truly the day they had no way out? Without hesitation, he yanked his sister back toward the store. Inside, hide. At least there was only one in there. Outside was far too dangerous. They had to take their chances and bring it down. Grabbing a wooden stick, he charged, and no matter how fierce, it's just a rabid dog. But in the very next instant, the stick snapped in half. The beast roared, lunging forward. He hadn't expected it to be this strong. He strained with both arms and one leg, forcing its jaws apart with sheer desperation. Then, thwip, an arrow pierced straight into its eye. If nothing else, that I was gone for good. "Brother, are you okay?" "I came to help. Couldn't find a gun." This was all the supermarket had, she panted, clutching the bow. "I'm fine." "You did great." He managed to smile, but dread filled his chest as the beast, vengeful and relentless, abandoned him and charged at his sister. She spun and bolted while he screamed after her, "Xiao Shua, don't you dare look back." By now, his mutation was worsening fast, and of all times it had to be now. His sister had just stumbled and the monstrous dog was already upon her. Something inside him snapped. He roared and crushed the wall beside him, steel bars jutting out. In desperation, he hurled the entire chunk of wall forward, slamming the beast square in the head. "Any bastard that dares harm my sister dies." Fueled by rage, he unleashed a storm of blows on the creature. His sister, terrified, rushed over and clung to him. "Brother, what's happening to you? Stop. Please stop. I'm fine, really. I'm fine. Please don't do this." His frenzied state utterly horrified her. Her trembling voice finally broke through. He blinked back to himself, panting, "Xiao Shua, I'm okay now. That I'm sorry I scared you." "Brother, are you sure you're really okay?" "I'm." But before he could finish, another beast appeared, looming right behind her. He shoved Xiaozhu aside with all his strength. "Look out." This time, it was a mutated bird monster swooping down on them. He snatched up a nearby iron rod and swung it with all his strength. "You ugly bird, stay away from my sister." To his shock, the monster bird was knocked clean off its feet. Wait, this power, he could actually defeat them. He didn't know why, but there was no denying it. He'd grown stronger. He turned to his sister, "Find a place to hide. I'll slaughter these things." Xiao Chu's face tightened with worry, but she knew the truth. One of the bigger ones had its eyes on them, and he had no choice but to lure it away. She clung to him, trembling, "Brother, don't go. I'm scared you'll lose control again." He placed a hand gently on her head. "Don't worry this time. I won't lose myself." But her voice cracked, tears brimming. He cut her off firmly. "Stay here and wait for me. I'll be back for you soon. All right?" Though reluctant, she nodded, making a promise of her own. "Then promise me you'll come back safe. Of course, trust your brother." With that, he stepped out into the open. If his guess was right, killing these beasts and absorbing their crimson energy was the key to growing stronger. "You're carrying more energy, aren't you? If I take you down, I'll have enough power to protect my family, so die for me." But instead of stepping forward, the leader sent out a pack of lesser beasts first. He sneered. "So I'm still not worthy of your personal attention? Fine. They'll cut down every last one of them until I stand right in front of you." With a roar, he brought his weapon down in a vertical strike, smashing straight into a monster skull. The very next second, another beast lunged in and sank its teeth into his shoulder. He bellowed, power surging through him in an instant. Two monsters were blasted off their feet. His arms twisted, mutating into savage claws, black and crimson energy rippling along them. "So, this is what power feels like. Incredible. From here on, it's my hunting time." Just then, the roar of a military jet tore across the sky. A bomb dropped from above. The beast leader answered with a deafening roar. An explosion thundered, smoke billowing into the heavens, but it was all for nothing. The monster stood and scathed, and so did he. He answered with a roar of his own, and in a burst of speed, he carved into the battlefield, beginning his massacre. By now, he looked battered and broken, but as his mind cleared, his first thought was of his sister. But all Xiaoxue had left behind was a cloth doll. Slowly, the signs of mutation faded from his body. "I actually lost my sister. Xiaoxue, I'm sorry. Your brother was too late. Where are you?" "Mom, Dad, did I fail you too? I couldn't protect her." Faintly, he remembered the moment the bomber swept overhead. Staring at his own twisted, inhuman hands, his chest tightened. My hands, what have they become? What's happening to me? The bombs closed in and he had shouted, "Stay back. It's too dangerous." Then boom, a deafening blast consumed everything. Through the ringing in his ears, he caught the thrum of helicopter blades. "There's a survivor here. Check him. He's infected. Leave him. That girl over there, take her. Move fast. Hurry. The monsters will be back any second." He could only watch helplessly as the helicopter carried her away. Yet in that despair, a small comfort remained. At least Xiaoxue was safe. "Brother, why didn't you come save me?" In his dream, Xiaoxue stood engulfed in flames. And the moment he reached for her, she vanished into nothingness. He jolted awake. It was only a nightmare. Damn it, the same dream again. "Xiaoxue, it's been half a year. Where are you?" Thankfully, his identity hadn't been exposed. Ever since Xiaoxue was taken, he had searched every shelter he could find, yet her whereabouts remained unknown. To keep looking for her, he had enlisted in the lowest ranks of the military, the border patrol. In this chaotic world, only the army had the authority to gather intelligence and move freely. Now, he was stationed at the frontier outpost of Chichi City. "Captain, I'm sorry that I'm late for my shift." Captain Jejun greeted him with a sharp kick to the backside. "You idiot, where the hell were you? Slacking off again. I told you take over and you show up late. Useless rookie." "I'm sorry, Captain." He scrambled up the watchtower. From below, the captain barked again. "In how, once those big shots arrive, we can finally wrap up. You hear me?" He shouted back, "Yes, sir." But the captain's voice turned cold. "If you screw anything up, I'll make sure you regret it." Half a year ago, the crimson mist erupted, turning most cities into ruins, nesting grounds for beasts. Along with the mist rose a mysterious structure. The crimson spire that humanity's survivors could only cling to life on the outskirts, far from the spire in the fog. His thoughts drifted back to that monster he and Xiaoxue had faced in the supermarket. To is that thing still there? Meanwhile, Captain Jejun muttered, "With the special response squad out there, our border patrol is just for showed if even they can't hold the line. What chance do grunts like us have?" The other two soldiers scoffed. "Captain, you're exaggerating. That's the legendary response squad. Them losing, that's a joke. They've crushed beasts all the way here without even slowing down." Yan Hao sat quietly atop the watchtower. Even after all this time, the stench of the crimson mist still sickened him. It stirred primal bloodlust, driving creatures to slaughter one another. Suddenly, he noticed the mist shifting, scattering unnaturally. No. Something was charging through it. "Captain, something's coming. Look, what could it be?" "Stop panicking." Before the words finished, the mist surged violently. "Captain, it's the response squad." Two squad members were sprinting desperately as if racing against the fog itself. "Sir, what happened out there? Get back." But in the next second, their screams ripped through the air. Captain Jejun grabbed his radio and roared, "All units retreat. Fall back now." For the next second, a claw hooked into the captain's uniform, lifting him clean off the ground. His face went pale. "This is it. I can almost see my ancestors waving me over." From above, Yan Hao looked down as the crimson mist swallowed the ground below. Through the haze, only panic screams echoed. "Run. Hurry. They're coming." He leapt down without hesitation, slamming straight into a beast and driving it into the dirt. Another monster roared furiously at him, but he was no longer the man he'd been half a year. "A GO'd inexperienced pack delivered to my doorstep. I'll take it." In moments, the second beast lay dead, its energy flowing into him. Good. Absorbing it made me stronger again. How many more before I reached the next level? 6 more monsters closed in around him. Instead of fear, excitement lit up his face. "Come on, don't let me down." But in the next instant, everything changed. A streak of light tore past his back and the beasts around him exploded into scraps. A woman stood there, weapon in hand, blatantly stealing his kills. Her name was Song Rue, captain of the Crimson Bloodfield Squad. Yan Hao cursed inwardly, damn it, a member of the response squad. He needed to revert fast and prayed she hadn't noticed. Song Rue's voice rang out, sharp and cold. "Leave none alive. Wipe them all out." 2 gun barrels swung toward him. Startled, he threw his hands up at once, but the shots still rang out and Yan Hao realized he wasn't the target. The bullets ripped into the beast right behind him. "I was overthinking it." Target confirmed, eliminated. Song Rue looked down at him from above. Where's your weapon, patrol soldier? Inhao's heart sank. I'm screwed. Still, he couldn't deny she looked stunning. All units fall back to the temporary defense line. Without Commander Song's orders, no one enters. Song Rua studied the numbers on her tablet, her voice cold. Zone A, outpost casualties, 37. Among them, 2 from the Crimson Blood Squad, 30 from the patrol unit. That's the official loss report from this incident. Yen Hao protested helplessly. Then why are you detaining me? I'm a victim too. At 17:23, you left your unit without authorization for 2 hours. The Crimson Mist outbreak began right after you returned. Why? Don't you think you owe us an explanation? Inhao cursed inwardly. Damn. This woman's too sharp. I'll have to bluff my way out of this. I just dozed off in the ruins nearby that I even told my captain before I left. But one of his squad mates immediately stabbed him in the back. Ma'am, this guy's late every time we go on duty, and the captain always lets him off easy. You bastard. Don't you dare frame the captain like that. I'll kill you if you do. Inhao snapped, furious. Song Rue's eyes narrowed, calculating. Looks like this patrol unit has deeper issues than I thought. Just then, the captain, still under treatment, sneezed loudly. Captain, are you alright? A doctor replied flatly, relaxed, he won't die. All his vitals are normal. Doctor, that's what you call normal. Song Rue pulled up Yen Hao's file. Her tone, icy. Your record says you only completed basic training 3 months ago. Yet in the last battle, 2 of my special response squad members died, and you survived? Yen Hao stiffened, scrambling for an excuse. That's because I'm terrified of dying. Back in school, I trained in track and field, so my legs are faster than most. When mist hit, I ran first. If you're so afraid of death, why enlist in the army? Or do you have another purpose? A purpose? Of course. For half a year, while searching for Xiaoxua, he had been killing and absorbing low-level beasts, slowly learning to control his beast form and even change back into human shape. Like a lone wolf, he had avoided people, combing through ruins and scouring survivor outposts day after day in search of her. As a soldier, cowardice, desertion, withholding the truth. You know what the penalty for that is, don't you? Yen Hao smirked. What, planning to execute me? Suddenly, Song Rue leaned close to his ear, her voice a low whisper. Your hands, what are they? Yen Hao's heart lurched. She had really seen them. All these lies you've spun, what are you trying to hide? What's your real purpose? At that moment, a thunderous boom erupted outside. Song Rue thought it was an earthquake, but Yin Hao froze not know. This feeling, I know it. He bolted upright and shouted, run. A swarm of beasts is coming. Song Rue blinked, stunned. Did he just try to run away right in front of me? The next second, she slammed into the ground. What, am I invisible to you? But then the ground beneath Yen Hao cracked open violently. Ma'am, the ground's splitting. Ease up, it's gonna collapse. Help. Everyone except Song Rue tumbled down hard, groaning in pain. Where are we? Underground IT was pitch black, suffocatingly dark. Lights now. Yes, ma'am. One teammate grumbled, you're a walking disaster. In Hao, nothing good ever happens with you around. Yen Hao shot back coldly, save your complaints for when we're alive. Wait, are you saying we're trapped? Not quite. As the lights flared on, they realized the truth. This was a labyrinth carved out by beasts themselves. Everyone stay calm. Check all available weapons. Keep formation and never expose your back. Suddenly, Yin Hao caught the sound of wind and it made him stiffen. What is it? There's wind coming from that direction. If there's wind, then there's a way out. I'll check it out. He rushed over and sure enough felt the draft point. One soldier sneered. Yin Hao, you're useless at everything except running for your life. Captain, there's airflow here. But Yin Hao failed to notice the beast creeping up right behind him, fangs bared, ready to feast. Down. A shot cracked, the monster dropped, and a patrol soldier collapsed onto the ground in terror. These beetles' fluids are corrosive. Don't let them get close. And another thing, no one moves without my orders. Song Rue turned sharply, her gaze locking onto Yen Hao. Patrol soldier, you're awfully good at avoiding danger. Once we're out of here, you go to explain yourself. But Yen Hao's mind spun. If she already suspects my secret, why not expose me now? What's her real aim? Then came the rustling echoing all around them. More of the same creatures emerged, swarming in the dark. Damn it, why are there so many of them? This is bad. The swarm closed in, each one radiating killing intent as if waiting to devour them alive. Song Rue and her squad immediately opened fire, shooting as they fell back in the opposite direction. Suddenly, Yen Hao froze mid-step. Song Rue snapped, "Don't stop. Keep moving." But Yen Hao muttered, "No." The swarm, it stopped. Look ahead. A massive insect loomed before them, a Dominator-class beast sucking in the crimson mist. In the next moment, it condensed the mist into a glowing energy sphere. Yen Hao's expression darkened. "Careful. This thing is dangerous." Song Ru raised her weapon and fired just as the beast completed its charge and launched the energy sphere. Boom! The deafening blast shook the cavern as Song Ru's bullets struck the monster head-on. At the same time, the energy sphere hurtled straight towards Song Rue. "Get down!" Yen Hao roared. In the nick of time, he lunged forward, slamming his fist into the sphere and absorbed the energy into himself. Song Ru started, but he cut her off. "If we make out alive, I'll explain everything." He then noticed the wound from Song Ru's earlier attack splitting wider across the beast's body. Song Rue's brows furrowed. "Even my strike barely scratched it. Yin Hao, do you really have a way?" "Be careful." But Yin Hao only smirked with confidence. "Beasts like this, I've killed hundreds, if not 1,000, that a Dominator class is nothing new to me. Monster classes from lowest to highest, Scout, Hound, Dominator, Colossus, Catastrophe." With a roar, he launched himself into the air. "Die for me." His claws slashed through, tearing a gaping hole straight through the beast's body. "If I absorb you, how much stronger will I become?" Landing hard, Yin Hao still scowled in dissatisfaction. "Damn, you're tough. An ordinary beast would have been shredded to pieces already." The towering insect loomed over him, massive as an armored war tank, proof it had devoured countless of its own kind. The massive insect wasn't backing down. It launched the counterattack, but Yen Hao dodged with ease, mocking too slow. He realized the creature had poured everything into defense. Even better, that just makes you a moving target. His fellow soldiers were dumbstruck, staring as if in a dream. The weakling who was always bullied was actually hiding this much power. What is he? Impossible. He's the guy who runs faster than anyone and fears death the most. Just then, Song Rue's voice cut through the chaos. "He's a combat experiment developed in secret by the SU United government. That soldier who needed 3 months to finish basic training, the one who always ran first. He's an experimental weapon against the beasts." "Yes. That's the truth." "Wait, Captain. You knew all along?" "No. Only when he shielded me from that beast strike did I confirm it." Crimson Blood's vice captain, Lin Young, felt his mind race. The SU has experiments like this, or is Captain Song hiding something herself? He escaped from the lab and slipped into the border patrol. That crimson mist outbreak, could it have been because of him? I can't rule it out. That's why I need to investigate. This is top-level SU classified intel. Whatever you saw or heard here, never speak of it outside. Understood? "Why yes, ma'am." Song Rue smirked inwardly. A random cover story, and they swallowed it whole. The massive insect gathered another energy sphere and hurled it straight at Yin. How about he slipped aside with ease? But his heart dropped, and, the sphere veered towards Song Rue and her squad. "Dodge it." Boom. The blast slammed into the ground, shaking the cavern. When the dust cleared, Song Rue stood tall and unscathed, striking a pose that was almost too heroic. Yen Hao's fellow soldier gasped for breath, stunned he was still alive. It was Lin who had shielded him. "Sir, your leg, relax, it won't kill me. But you're part of the special response unit. For someone like me, a lowly patrol," Lin Young just smiled. "Trading a leg for your life? Worth it. But isn't your mission to focus on wiping out the beasts? To lose your strength just for me?" "I didn't become a soldier just to kill those damn monsters," Lin Young said firmly. "I became one to protect. As humanity's final shield, I will never abandon anyone." And that kind of soldier was worth respect. At the same time, Yin Hao was hurled through the air, slamming into the ground with heavy thuds. The crimson armor on his arms flickered and faded. "Damn it, the crimson mist energy's drained. I can't even keep one arm beatified." Yet the Dominator-class steel plate spiked beetle was still brimming with vitality. So this is what a Dominator class really is: troublesome. The monster lunged, claws slashing down at him. But just then, a laser blast smashed into its head. Yen Hao turned. Song Rue stood there, weapon smoking. "Yin Hao, you're not dying here," she said coldly. "You still have a lot to answer for." The steel plate beetle let out a grotesque mocking laugh. Song Rue's eyes narrowed. "It's laughing. Could it be?" Sure enough, crimson mist surged in from every tunnel around them. The labyrinth gave it perfect control over the flow. With the mist flooding back, its wounds sealed rapidly, strength surging once more. Damn. It's recovering to full-powered SO the mist at the outpost before. What it's doing all along. Song Rue snapped decisive. Inhao, we can't kill it. Retreat now. Yanhao gathered his strength once more, roaring, no. It dies here today. The mist it summoned is fueling me too. Right now it can't move freely. This is our chance to strike. Song Rue shot back coldly. If we fail, you'll die here. Inhao grinned. I've walked to death's door countless times. One more doesn't matter. Hearing that, Song Rue raised her weapon. Finally, we got one shot at this. I'll unleash everything I have to blast open its head armor. You finish it, destroy its brain. That's the only way we bring it down. Now Song Rue roared. The laser cannon fired and Yanhao exploded into action beside it. The blast tore through the steel plate beetle's defenses, splitting its carapace open just enough for Yanhao to move in. He leapt onto the beast's head, his claws hammering down in a frenzy as he bellowed, die. Under the relentless assault, the monster's head plates began to crack apart. Song Rue held her breath, eyes wide. Did it work? Boom. The steel plate beetle's head split apart, shards flying, and Yanhao was blasted back, slamming into the ground with a crash. Song Rue rushed over at once. She knelt by his side. Are you all right? Then her eyes caught something on his chest. She picked it up, frowning a photo. She didn't notice that a black crystal had appeared in Yanhao's hand. In the next moment, the crystal slowly sank into his palm. Yanhao's vision darkened and suddenly, he was in a strange, unknown space. He whispered, did I die? Before him, something shaped like a DNA strand pulsed with eerie light. The black crystal reappeared glowing faintly in his chest. Yanhao's heart skipped a beat. Wait, isn't this the thing from inside that Dominator-class beast? It looks like some kind of energy cord that I swear I held it in my hand. How did it end up on my chest? What? It's absorbing the crimson mist. Not just absorbing, it's storing it. That means even if I take in more mist and be asked to fight further, I won't lose control anymore. But then cracks spidered across the crystal surface. Yanhao's chest tightened. No. This newborn crystal can't hold it all, but if this keeps up, it'll explode. Yanhao recalled the Dominator Beetle's ultimate move, burning through massive amounts of crimson mist in one strike. If I can absorb a mist, then I'll gather it all into one point. On the hospital bed, crimson mist began radiating from his entire body. His eyes glowed red as he growled, condense. In his hands, an orb formed, eerily similar to the Rasengan from Naruto. Meanwhile, at Tiananmen Hospital, 5 minutes earlier, outside room 324, one of Yanhao's comrades stopped Song Rue. Captain Song, Vice Captain Lin's leg, Song Rue answered firmly. As a soldier, he knew the risks. You don't need to blame yourself. Inside the room, Lin Yong looked up at her. Captain Song, what's going on with Inhao? I've never heard of the SU developing experimental soldiers. Inhao's case is classified. Focus on recovery. Leave the rest alone. Her tone was sharp, unyielding. I've already requested your transfer to logistics. From now on, you'll be able to rest properly. Lin Yong fell silent, then said with resolve, I'll report this truthfully to your father. Chief of Staff Song Lian, I trust he'll know how to judge it. Song Rue's voice was cold. Vice Captain Lin, remember who your superior is. From this moment on, your comms are frozen. Stay here. You're not going anywhere. She stormed out, her face dark. Where's Inhao? Room 314. Take me there. Moments later, they arrived outside room 314. Stand guard. Without my orders, no one goes in. Inside, Yanhao had already formed a tailed beast bomb-like orb. Song Rue stepped in just as the energy pulsed dangerously in his hands. Her eyes widened. Yanhao, what the hell are you doing? Get down. Yanhao shouted. With no other choice, he tried to disperse it and the backlash sent him flying. Song Rue reacted, instantly dropping flat as the energy disc sliced over her head, whirling out through the door like a spinning blade. The patrol soldier guarding the entrance collapsed onto the floor in fright. Boom! The hospital building shook as the disc blasted clean through the structure. IT didn't stop, smashing through a second building in its path. As the wave expanded, the third building was sheared straight in half. Vice Captain Lin stared at the massive hole, stunned. That abandoned building was blown through. Was it Yanhao? Captain Song, how long do you think you can keep this under wraps? The patrol soldier at the door was on the verge of tears. Why is it always me who gets dragged into this? Somebody save me. I don't want to die yet. Cold sweat beaded on Song Rue's forehead. That attack, it's the Beatles technique. How is Yen Hao using a beast ability without even bastifying? She turned sharply, fixing him with a hard stare. Yen Hao, the explanations you owe me are piling up fast. Soon, the two of them were alone on the hospital rooftop. Yen Hao laid everything out from beginning to end. Song Rue's expression darkened. So you're saying you can not only absorb beast cores, but also copy their abilities? Yen Hao nodded. Not just that I can also store crimson mist, and that crystal, it seems capable of repairing itself. Song Rue touched her chin thoughtfully. You've got quite the list of features, don't you? Yen Hao stared down at his bastified hand. Yes. I've gained their strength and their abilities, but I might also slowly turn into one of them. His voice dropped bitterly. If that happens, am I still truly human? Captain Song, what do you see me as? Song Rue's voice was calm but cutting. You are one a kind. Human or monster, that depends on how you use this power. But don't forget, your strength is both a disaster and a weapon. Now you've got two paths. First, join Crimson Blood as a reserve member of my squad. Second, be classified as a threat and erased along with the beasts. Erased. Yin Hao chuckled darkly. But do you really think the garrison here has the strength to pull that off? Song Rue met his gaze. As I am now, I can't deal with you. But if you think you alone can stand against the SU, that's arrogance. If you join my squad, it won't harm you. Identity, intel, resources I can cover for you. Yen Hao sneered inwardly. Threats didn't work, so now she's bargaining. But there's no free lunch. Why would she risk taking a stranger and unstable dangerous element? The price must be steep. Song Rue, you're not going this far just to recruit, are you? You must have another reason. Song Rue smiled faintly, sharp as ever. Yes. I do need you for reasons of my own, but believe me, we're not enemies. If you prefer, think of it as a deal. With that, she slowly pulled a photograph from her pocket. Yin Hao's face froze. What? That photo, why is it with you? Song Rue's tone was sharp. Don't underestimate me that if I want to dig up your past, it's child's play. Join Crimson Blood, and I'll use top-level intelligence to help you track down your sister's whereabouts. The offer was too tempting for Yen Hao to refuse. Searching alone had limits. Just as Song Rue said, within the military, the higher his position and status, the more places he could investigate, the freer he could move. Deal. But Captain, since you need me so badly, a little raise wouldn't hurt, right? I mean, I spent all my paychecks so far looking for my sister. Yen Hao scratched his head, playing dumb. Yen Hao, lowly patrol soldier. I, as captain of Crimson Blood, hereby appoint you a reserve member of my squad. You'll get the highest pay grade. Now, immediately go file the paperwork. Yes, ma'am. I'll head to the patrol unit right now to handle the transfer. Oh, and about the hospital damages, you broke it. I'll cover it. But don't celebrate yet that I'll be deducting it from your salary later. Yen Hao froze, face twisting. Knew it. I still have to pay for it. Watching his back as he left, Song Rue clenched her fists. Uncle, I swear I'll find a way to save you. Her instincts told her Yen Hao carried within him the very key to turning beasts back into humans. Inside the patrol headquarters of Chushire City, Yin Hao arrived to report in with that same patrol soldier by his side. But Yin Hao couldn't figure it out and finally asked, What? You're joining the special response team too? Captain Song and Deputy Lin think highly of me. I may just be in logistics, but Brother Yin, we can still watch each other's backs. The awkward part was Yin Hao suddenly realized he had never actually remembered this guy's name. Just then, the patrol soldier waved his hand. It's Captain Jia. He's fine. Captain Jia was still standing there on his cane, stubbornly trying to do his part, but the mood shifted sharply as a sneer cut through the air. Old Jia, back then you slapped me over that mute woman. And now, look at you like a stray dog begging our city defense corps for death benefits for your men. With that, the speaker kicked him hard. The attacker was none other than Zhang Shi, the commanding officer of Chi-Chi's city defense corps. The patrol soldiers snapped, unable to take it anymore. You bastards, he roared. Both Yen Hao and the others froze in shock as the soldier was slammed to the ground. Even pinned, he gritted his teeth and shouted, Let go of Captain Jia, you damn scum. Zhang Shi grabbed Captain Jia by the chin and spat in his face, sneering. "Get on your knees and lick the mud off my shoes or else," he said, pointing at the pin patrolman. "I'll break this kid's arm and use it as your cane." Captain Jia clenched his teeth, visibly torn, his mind a battlefield of conflicting choices. In the end, he slowly dropped to his knees. Before his knee hit the ground, Yan Hao yanked him upright. After all, this man had once been his captain. Yan Hao said, "You helped me out more than once. Let me return the favor this time." Then Yan Hao snapped, "As long as I'm here, anyone who so much as lays a finger on Captain Jia, I'll tear their bones out and burn them for firewood." The men froze. Where did Yan Hao get the nerve to say that? Who do you think he was? The four of them surged forward in unison toward Yan Hao, shouting, "You're asking for death." Yan Hao's gaze hardened. He dipped his body and went into an attack stance in an instant. He launched a kick straight into one man's jaw. His elbow followed, striking another with a dull thud. Then he drove a heavy kick into the third man's thigh. There was a sickening crack. His final punch slammed into the fourth man's gut, sending his head snapping into the wall. These punks were barely worth warming up on. The others didn't back down. One of them sneered, "Our captain's an E-rank fighter. You dare lay hands on us, you're dead." Zhang Shi's eyes flashed, but privately he was stunned for seconds. How was this kid this fast? Zhang Shi drew his gun and barked, "Patrol scum. Dare go up against the city defense corps? You want to find out." The next second, Yan Hao smoothly sidestepped 3 rounds as they were fired. His movement goes quick. At the same time, he snatched Zhang Shi's gun. "You're too slow on the trigger." Before Zhang Shi could react, Yan Hao crushed the weapon to pieces in his hand. "Pathetic. Not even 1% of Song Rue," he said. But Zhang Shi wasn't done yet. He suddenly pulled out a knife. Before he could swing it, Yan Hao easily caught the blade, his hand trembling so hard he could barely hold on. In the next instant, Yan Hao lifted him high into the air like a child's toy and asked coldly, "Didn't you just say Captain Jia should kneel?" Zhang Shi's face went pale as he stammered, "Why you? What are you trying to do? I'm warning you, don't. Still trying to threaten me? Now it's your turn." With that, Yan Hao slammed Zhang Shi into the ground, carving a small crater into the floor. Zhang Shi lay sprawled, clearly unable to move for the moment. The onlookers were frozen in shock. He had dodged bullets and crushed a standard-issue pistol with his bare hands. At that moment, Yan Hao realized it himself. His body, strengthened by the beast's core, had surpassed even his own expectations. The others panicked and bolted, screaming, "Monster, run." Yan Hao calmly picked up the cane lying on the ground. The patrol soldier slapped Yan Hao on the shoulder, shouting, "Brother Yan, you were a true warrior just now." Yan Hao looked at him with concern and replied, "You all right? Don't worry. My body can take the hits." "Thank you, Yan Hao." "For what? Captain Jia, you've always looked out for me. Standing up for you now is the least I could do." Captain Jia still looked worried. "But what if the city defense corps comes after you?" The patrolman thumped his chest and reassured him. "Don't worry, Captain Jia. Yan Ho and I are with a special response team now. City defense won't dare mess with us. Temporary base, Chishi City Special Response Team. Paperwork complete." Song Ru spoke up. "Your application has been sent to headquarters, and headquarters has already approved it." "That was fast. So I'm officially a member now?" Yan Hao asked, surprised. Song Ru shook her head with a warning. "Not so fast. Yan Hao, the real test comes next. You need to head to Lake City headquarters immediately to take the Special Response Team's Combat Division, Chishua, entry assessment. But with your strength, I'm confident you'll pass." "Got it. I'll go set a new record." Lake City is a far more advanced metropolis of modern technology. It's Yan Hao's destination. The assessment will be held there. Song Rue explained, "This is Lake City, the capital of Su, and the headquarters of Chishua is located here." Yan Hao pointed at the patrolman beside him, puzzled. "I heard Chishua's official members starred at D-rank fighters. How exactly are these fighter ranks evaluated?" He thought to himself, this guy's so weak. How could he possibly take the Chishua assessment? The patrolman gave an awkward laugh. "Oh well, I could take a beating." Song Ru clarified, "He joined logistics, not the combat division, so he doesn't need to undergo battle assessments." The patrolman quickly added, "But logistics still fights alongside you on the field. You'll be counting on me later." Song Ru went on, "Yan Hao, since we've got time, let me bring you up to speed. People like me who can wield abilities are all classified as fighters. Fighter strength is divided into 6 ranks, E, D, C, B, A, and S. Headquarters has an official evaluation system based mainly on physical strength and endurance. Beasts, on the other hand, are classified into 5 tiers: Scout, Hound, Overlord, Giant Beast, and Cataclysm. Generally, a D-rank fighter can handle a Scout class beast. In other words, D rank roughly equals a Hound class. C and B fighters match Overlord class beasts, while a rank equals a Giant Beast. In S rank fighters, they stand on par with Cataclysm class beasts. On top of that, compatibility with beast scores also affects one's rank. That's what we call beast core adaptation. Right now, in this apocalypse, only beasts mutated by the red mist possess innate abilities. Human fighters can only awaken powers by adapting beast cores through beast core armament. Physical fitness, talent, even luck, all of it affects beast core adaptation. The better the fit, the greater the quality and number of abilities awakened. Fail to adapt, and the highest you'll ever be rated is your rank. Suddenly, the military vehicle screeched to a halt. Sorry. This street is under traffic control. You'll need to take a detour. You dare block the special response team? We're on duty too. Don't push it. Before the argument could continue, a car marked with a special insignia sped past. Song Rue frowned, sensing something off. Chishue's entry assessment. Why is someone from the Ultang Corporation showing up here? An hour later at the Chishua entry assessment site, the proctor Lin Yongshin, and a rank fighter of Chishua, spoke loudly. Chishua is humanity's strongest shield and the sharpest blade of the special response team. I don't care what kind of background you have. Here, you follow the rules. Connections and shortcuts, not on my watch. Without real skill, no one stays in Chishua. First stage physical assessment begin, a 100-meter sprint with 50 kilograms of weight. Yen Ho exploded forward like a rocket, leaving everyone in the dust, finishing in just 5.10 seconds. Electromagnetic weighted kettlebell test. Yen Ho lifted 500 kilograms with a single hand. Striking force test. Yen Ho drove his fist forward. The machine shattered on impact. The system announced test device damaged, unable to measure. 10 minutes later, Yen Ho stood before Lin Yongshin, saluted, and reported, "Proctor, all tests completed." Lin Yongshin nodded, confirmed. Score 198 points. The other candidates were stunned. 198 points? The rookie record was only 140. No way, he must have cheated. He's finished. At that moment, Zhang Jin, the younger brother of Chichi City's Defense Corps captain, stepped forward to question. Instructor Lin, the highest rookie entry record is 140 points. And now his score surpasses that record? I don't buy it. Lin Yongshin's eyes narrowed as he shot Jin a glare. I personally supervised every test and it's all on video. Are you accusing me of favoritism? And no, of course not. I was just curious. Zhang Jin quickly waved his hands. As Zhang Jin brushed past Yen Hao, he asked coldly, "You're Yen Hao from the Chushi City Patrol?" Yen Hao answered with a blank face. "What's it to you?" Inwardly, he thought, I don't even know this guy and he's already picking a fight. Zhang Jin grinned, relaxed, just saying hi. After all, we're from the same hometown. But in his heart he sneered, "Kid, just wait. The humiliation my brother suffered, I'll make you pay back double." Yen Hao scoffed inwardly. Same hometown? Screw that. Fortunately, Lin Yongshin clarified, that was Zhang Jin, son of Chichi City's Defense Corps captain. Do you know him? Yen Ho frowned. So it really was the City Defense Corps. Shushi's City Defense Corps figures. That bunch is rotten to the core. Lin Yongshin then began announcing the results of the physical tests. 30th place, Zhang San, 89 points. 29th place. 3rd place, Zhang Jin, 123 points. 2nd place, Jining, 135 points. In 1st place, Yin Hao with 198 points. Jining, a senior researcher of the Technical Intelligence Bureau, thought to herself, I only came to the assessment for fun, but this year there's such a powerful newcomer. Interesting. I'll have to study him carefully. Top 15 remain. Next test, the Beast Core adaptation. Meanwhile, inside a single dorm room, Zhang Jin was video calling someone on his tablet, fuming. I should have taken 1st place. Who knew 2 monsters would show up? The person on the other end replied coldly, if your brother weren't licking the boots of Ulthang Corporation, you wouldn't even qualify for this assessment. You only get 1 chance. Don't waste it. Zhang Jin clenched his teeth. For my brother's sake, I will get into Qishui. At the Beast Core testing platform, all the candidates waited in silence. Lin Yongshin addressed them. This test is simple. Just put on this wrist guard, then place the Beast Core onto it to begin the test. Anyone with compatibility below 40 will be eliminated. For those who aren't clear, let me explain what a beast core is. Only beasts of hound class were higher produced beast cores. The stronger the beast, the higher the quality of the core. The rarest are gold grade cores, while the most common are black cores from hound class beasts. Embedding a beast core into beast armaments allows a fighter to use abilities like a beast. Each person's compatibility with a core differs. Combined with innate talent, this determines what abilities awaken, such as elemental powers, raw strength, support, or control. These risk guards are the most basic beast armaments. They only measure compatibility and do not grant abilities. Once you officially join Qi Shui's combat division, you'll be given higher grade beast cores and armaments. Beast core compatibility testing begin. The first candidate came up short, scoring only 39%, immediate elimination. He couldn't accept it. No way. I ranked 5th in physical strength. How is this harder than killing a beast? The next candidate hit 56% and shouted with excitement. I passed. I can join Qi Shui. Zhang Jin, your turn. Zhang Jin sneered at the proctor, tossing him a cold look. He snatched up a black Raby score, slammed it into the wrist guard with a sharp crack, his face twisting with rage as he growled, "Obey me." A second later, the result, D rank 60% compatibility. The crowd gasped. What? Last year's top rookie only reached 56%. Jin broke the record. Many instantly declared him the strongest of this year's intake, but Zhang Jin scoffed inwardly. These people are all trash. I alone am the strongest. The room buzzed with chatter. Just then, Jining appeared behind Yan Hao. You're from Chishi City, aren't you? How come I've never heard of such a strong fighter like you before? I'm the all-seeing eye of the Technical Intelligence Bureau, yet you managed to slip past me. You're not simple. And those strange red mist fluctuations in Chishi City the other day. Don't tell me that wasn't connected to you. Yan Hao quickly played dumb. What are you talking about? I don't understand a word. Chuckled. Doesn't matter if you deny it. All you need to know is I'm very interested in you. Yan Hao seized the chance. Then, Miss Know-It-All, can I ask you for some information? Jining raised one finger. Sure. But on one condition, as long as your test results surpass mine, I'll tell you anything you want to know. She leaned in and emphasized anything at all. Next up, Jining. The crowd stirred. Here she comes, striding onto the platform. Jining declared boldly, watch closely everyone. Zhang Jin's record is about to be broken by me. Yan Hao wondered if she was really that strong, while Zhang Jin sneered inwardly, pathetic clown. But Jin Ing brimmed with confidence. She picked up a black grade B score. With a sharp crack, she pressed it into the wrist guard. The next instant, the display lit up. B rank fighter, 78% compatibility. The candidates erupted. No way. That's unheard of. The machine isn't broken. Janine giggled mischievously. Told you, I'd break Zhang Jin's record. Zhang Jin ground his teeth so hard they nearly cracked. Besides Yan Hao, I won't let this damn woman off either. Last candidate, Yan Hao. Yan Hao thought to himself, Jin Ying's strength is real. Maybe she wasn't lying. She probably knows a lot. Just then, Jining jumped in front of him with a smirk. Well, feeling the pressure yet, but for Yan Hao, with Xiao Shiwa's trail on the line, he had to win this bet. Watch closely. He turned, leaving the crowd with only a cool silhouette of his back. According to Song Rui, Yan Hao's fighter rank was at least C. The B score before him was the same grade he had absorbed before, black grade. So what would his compatibility be? Come on, let's see how much potential he really has. The next second, the screen lit up, C rank. The candidates stared wide-eyed. Starting straight at C rank? That's a squad leader's level. But then the display shrieked with alarms. Error, system malfunction, B score compatibility reading. Hey, what's going on? A chill ran through Yan Hao. Something felt wrong. Moments later, the system spat out the result. Compatibility, 0%.
Alright, that's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.